Hey, welcome back. The next series that we're going to go through is our shooting series. So we're going to start with just the fundamentals, the baseline of what we teach here at Grit for our shooting mechanics. Number one, the footwork doesn't change from what we're trying to do with establishing a permanent pivot foot. The shooting correlates right into that. So again, as a right-handed player, you want to have a left foot dominant permanent pivot, which allows your right foot to step in. As a left-handed shooter, you're going to establish that as a right foot permanent pivot, which means your right foot is ahead of your left foot. The three basic things that we teach from third grade on through our college players is feet, eyes, and follow through. What you'll notice with your feet, okay, is we want to have a balanced approach, which means that we don't have our legs wide and we don't have our legs split, okay? We have a balanced approach, and when we step in, we are stepping in with our dominant foot ahead of our permanent pivot foot. So as a right-handed player, you're going to notice that the left foot compared to the right foot is a little bit behind. Okay, so as you'll see Logan step in here, he's going to step in with his right foot higher than his left. Okay, and it's actually recommended that you as a player get your right foot and left foot turned a little bit away from the hoop. Okay, allowing your shoulder, your shooting shoulder, to get out front. So you'll notice he's not square to the hoop. He's actually turned a little bit. How we instruct this with players at our camps is imagine on a clock, right? You're 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock going backwards, 10 o'clock. We want our feet turned towards maybe that 11 o'clock position. So first thing we want to do, trigger foot position, catch, step, trigger foot position. Good. Next thing we're going to talk about is our eyes. What we teach at camp here is that we want to find the most middle front of the rim. So wherever you are on the court, our vision, our eyes find that most middle front of the rim. That's the spot that we're going to take the third key, which is our follow through, right, to finish the shot. Okay, this second piece of the shooting is probably the most difficult for players to consistently do on a rep to rep or shot to shot basis. Okay, and this is again for a third grader compared to a high schooler. This is probably the biggest differentiator that you'll notice in a form for a player, is that their vision and their eyes, when the game picks up and the speed gets faster, becomes even more difficult to find that most middle point. So work at it, but don't get frustrated if you don't always find it. And that third key, following through to that point that our eyes are picking up on. We're going to snap, hold on that position. What we teach our players here is that we're going to hold that ball until the ball crosses our vision point. So if our vision point is the most middle front of the rim, that follow through holds until that ball crosses that point. So as we're talking about feet, eyes, and follow through, okay, there are also additional things that we want to make sure as a player that we're doing with our form. The release angle of a shot, okay, you'll notice that when Logan shoots this, his release is not going straight up, creating a very high arcing shot. His arms are also not going straight out, creating a very flat shot. Okay, the angle at which he's releasing is about 45 degrees, where his arm angle is getting out in front of his body, and then he's holding that 45-degree position where the ball flight is now going to come in at that optimal angle. Good. As players, okay, you'll notice we don't instruct a lot about our shoulder position or our elbow position or where the ball releases in front of your body or to the side of your body. Now, it's best that we work with that vision within that window of where we're shooting, right? So as a player, we don't want to block our vision with the basketball and shoot from a position where our vision is blocked to our goal, okay? So it's best that if we can get that ball off to the right side of our body as a right-handed shooter and get that ball in the window where now our vision can catch that spot. But again, we don't instruct. We got to work with each player a little bit differently, right? So from third grade on, we want to establish the fundamentals. But as players come to Grit, whether it's in their middle school years or high school years, we're going to work with the player with the shot they have and try to consistently get them to get these baseline fundamentals, the feet, eyes, and the follow through with balance and a proper arm angle to be able to make that shot more consistently.